What is up, star seeds? It's Sid. Please excuse the tower of clothes behind me if you see it. But today I am going to be talking about Regulus, the star system, really, because there is multiple stars right in that general area of how we view Regulus here from Earth. So first of all, I want to give a big shout out to Joni Patry on YouTube. I'm going to leave her video on Regulus in the description of this video, as well as 2 websites I looked at before making this video. I really love that video by Joni Patry. She is a Vedic astrologer here on YouTube. She has a website as well. She is super awesome. So getting into Regulus, we are going to be talking about what it represents, what this star means. I'm going to refer to it as a star throughout this video, even though it is a star system. I'm going to talk a little bit about being a Regulus starseed because, as you guys probably know here on my channel, we talk about that a little bit, as well as finding Regulus in your chart, seeing if you have any conjunctions or oppositions to the star Regulus in your chart. And I just want to put a disclaimer that any aspects, sextiles, are very significant. Those can be very positive. Squares can be significant, okay? Any aspect, but in this video we are going to be talking about conjunctions, which means having a planet like your sun, moon, Jupiter, Mercury, or any asteroid like Ceres, Pallas, Sappho, any asteroid, planet, or point like the North Node or the South Node, okay? Right, really like on top of Regulus in your birth chart. Okay, so it means they are within a 0 to 3 degree orb of each other. And an orb just means, 0 to 3 degrees apart in your birth chart. Or the opposite side of that, an opposition, which means they are 180 degrees, give or take 0 to 3 degrees apart on your birth chart. They're directly across from each other, and that's also very significant. Okay, so we're just gonna keep it pretty simple, just talking about conjunctions and oppositions for the astrology side of this video about Regulus. So I've got some notes on my phone I'm going to be glancing over so I don't forget anything. Regulus is a fixed star system, but star, okay? Meaning that in our lifetime, it's not really going to move from our perspective here on Earth. Regulus is about 79 light years, 80 light years away from us here on Earth, so it's fairly close, okay? It sounds pretty far, light years, but it's really pretty close if you take into consideration how big the universe is and Regulus is in our galaxy, in our solar system. It is the heart of the lion in the constellation of Leo, and it's actually the star closest to the ecliptic. It's 0 point something degrees away from the ecliptic, which is kind of like the line or the plane that the zodiac constellations are on and the planets travel on. So that's why in astrology we use these 12 zodiac signs, Leo being one of them, which the sun is in the summer every year. Okay, so this video is significant right now when I'm making it. Whenever you're watching it, it's significant for you. But when I'm making this, it is almost August 22nd, and on August 22nd every year, give or take a couple days, sometimes it's August 21st, sometimes it's August 23rd, also depending on where you live on Earth. If you're in, another hemisphere, another half of the world, then it'll probably be on the 23rd. But for me here in Michigan in the US, August 22nd almost every single year is when we are aligned to Regulus, okay? The sun is aligned to Regulus, and we are just really in the heart of the lion in this Leo constellation. And hopefully you guys know about the Lionsgate portal, which peaks on August 8th, But on August 22nd, there is still this divine lion energy, and Sirius is still rising, which is really cool. So the whole month of August is magical in astrology and just finding your starseed origins and roots and connecting to this divine, powerful lion energy. So I guess I do want to talk a bit, sorry about the ding, a bit about how I perceive Regulus beings from a starseed perspective. Okay, we're going to get into the astrology later on what degrees you're going to be looking at in your birth chart to see if you are connected to this star, but Regulus star seeds, I do think that there is life surrounding these stars in the Regulus star system, and I do think they look quite a bit like lions here on Earth, which makes me think, about intergalactic travel and just traveling from stars in our solar system, and how that is most definitely possible because we have lion beings on multiple different planets light years apart. Okay, because when I connect to Regulus, I see lions that look like lions on Earth, but they're either like white or gold, which are like, well, lions here on Earth don't really look like that. There are white lions, okay? Kimba the White Lion, the TV show, my dad's dog is named after that, oddly enough. But they are divine, they are intelligent, and their eyes, I felt this when I was in the shower this morning, their eyes are less wild, less animalistic, okay? They are just more aware, more intelligent, because they are more aware and more intelligent than humans here on Earth, in my opinion. So I just wanted to say that. Some of them have wings, a lot of them, and they are just very divine beings. They most definitely feel like some form of God, even though they look like a lion here on Earth, and I think that is just very beautiful. So I wanted to say that in case you were wondering if there are lion beings other places in our solar system and galaxy, and I most definitely think that there are, and I think that Regulus is not the only place for these beings as well. Okay, so Regulus, just kind of a bit about it. It's the 21st brightest star, and there's a bunch of stars that we can see here from Earth, so being in the top 25 is a big accomplishment, okay? So I just want to say that. It's very important because I feel like stars that are bright to us, they stand out. They're important. Their energy is affecting us physically, through physics, through science, okay? And spiritually as well. Also, okay, so Regulus in Latin means prince or little king, and the Babylonians called this star Sharu. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right, but Sharu means king. And Regulus is also in the nakshatra of Maga, and the symbol for that is a throne. So Regulus just represents kind of royalty and power. Okay, this is the theme of Regulus. I can't believe I really haven't said this yet in this video. So Regulus is about power, and we're gonna get into astrology now. Little transition here, because if you have Regulus in an important part in your birth chart, then you are probably in a position of authority. You could be a president. We're going to get into some famous people who have Regulus in important parts of their chart. This is one thing that Barack Obama and Donald Trump have in common. And you don't have to be president. This could just mean that you are very charismatic and you can get what you want. Maybe you're a manager, maybe you're a CEO, maybe you are just a very in power person. Maybe you always have to be in charge. Maybe you're bossy. Maybe you are just very blessed and abundant, okay? Because just the throne, this is about abundance. This is about being financially stable usually. There's other stars that have more effect on the financial realm, but I think Regulus being in power, that also usually comes with the financials as well. So financials, credentials, just being in power is Regulus, okay? This is that lioness, lion energy. And now we're going to get into what this means in your chart, okay? So Joni Patry uses Vedic astrology. As you guys probably know, I use Western Vedic and Draconic. We are going to be talking mainly about Vedic in this video, but I'm going to give you guys the Western astrology placements of Regulus first. So if you are using Western astrology, which is what the app CoStar uses, which is what astro.cafeastrology.com usually uses, so Western tropical astrology, Regulus is 28 or 29 degrees Leo, or 0, 1, 1.5 degrees Virgo. That's what you're going to be looking for. Really, this lies at, I believe, like 0 degrees Virgo now. I believe in 2011 in Western astrology that Regulus moved into the sign of Virgo. So you are looking at really 29 degrees Leo, 0 or 1 degrees Virgo. Okay, but 28 degrees Leo to 1.5 degrees Virgo is what I would be looking at, okay? The closer to 0 degrees Virgo, the more powerful it is. And then that's looking for a conjunction, okay? That's where Regulus is. Also, using Western astrology, if you want to look at if you have an opposition to Regulus, which is also very significant, almost equally as significant in my opinion. So you are going to be looking at 28 or 29 degrees Aquarius, or 0 to 1.5 degrees Pisces, because that is the opposite of Leo and Virgo. So the end of Aquarius, beginning of Pisces, 0 degree Pisces is really the opposite of Regulus right now, using Western astrology. For the rest of this video, we are going to be talking about Vedic, Indian, Hindu, sidereal astrology. So you're going to be looking at really 5 or 6 degrees Leo for a conjunct Regulus. That's where Regulus is, but I would say an orb of 4 to 7 degrees Leo is really where you're looking at in Vedic astrology. And if you're looking at the opposite of that, you would be looking at Aquarius. So 4 to 7 degrees Aquarius, that 5.5, 5 or 6 degree range is the closest to a direct opposition of the star Regulus. Okay, we're going to be getting into some famous people who have this in their chart because I find this as proof. I find this interesting. Shout out Joni Patry, thank you, girl. So Eleanor Roosevelt, her Jupiter was 6 degrees Leo using Vedic astrology, and as we know, her husband was a very famous president. So this just shows that she was in a position of power, and I find it very interesting that it was her Jupiter that was conjunct Regulus, because Jupiter and Venus tell a lot about relationships. So I find it very interesting that it was her Jupiter. So it was like her philosophy, and Jupiter has a strong connection to whoever you're in a romantic relationship with. So if I just read this not knowing her husband was in this position of power, if it was her Venus or Jupiter, I would say there's a chance that it's your husband or your significant other that is in this position of power, or someone in your family, okay? But I find that very interesting that it was her Jupiter. So Albert Einstein, his Jupiter was actually 5 degrees Aquarius using Vedic astrology. So he was in opposition to Regulus with his Jupiter. It wasn't someone he was in a relationship with, it was him. So it can go either way. I feel like if it was your Venus, that would be an even more telltale sign, or if you were a male or just someone with large masculine energy and it was your Jupiter, then it would be about a relationship. But since Albert Einstein is male, he's more masculine, and it's his Jupiter, and it's about philosophy, so it's about him, okay? There's different, little exceptions and distinguations that you can, I don't know if that's a word, but that you can make to figure out if it's you or if it's someone you are close to or in a relationship with who is in this position of power. Anyways, moving on to Barack Obama. So his north node is 4 degrees Leo, which makes his south node 4 degrees Aquarius. So his north node, which is so powerful, is conjunct Regulus. This is a telltale sign, if your north node is conjunct Regulus, that your destiny is to be in power. Therefore, your south node is also in connection to this as well, because the south node and north node are always conjunct. So you are comfortable with this. You are meant to do something you are comfortable with, I feel like, and you are comfortable with being in power. So I feel like that's very big for presidents, or just CEOs, someone who is very, bossy and meant to be that way, or just meant to be blessed. Okay, Princess Diana also, her north node was 5 degrees Leo, therefore her north node's 5 degrees Leo, her south node's 5 degrees Aquarius, pretty much the same thing as Barack Obama, and they are very similar in the way that they are very well known. Alright, and Donald Trump, last person we're going to be talking about in this video. So this is the most interesting in my opinion because there is so much going on. His Mars is 4 degrees Leo. His ascendant is about 5.5 degrees Leo. So they are right there on top of Regulus in his birth chart. His ascendant is pretty much exactly where Regulus is. And when I think of Regulus, I can't lie, I think of Donald Trump energy. When I think of Donald Trump, I think of Leo Regulus energy, which is just, it's significant, okay? Whether or not you like him or not doesn't really matter. In this video, when we're talking about this, it's the significance that's undeniable, right? I think we can all agree on that. And then another cool thing, this isn't about a birth chart, it's about when he announced his run for presidency. It was when Jupiter and Venus were aligned with Regulus back in 2014, 2015-ish, I think. Anyways, Jupiter, Venus, and Regulus, and that day he announced his run for presidency. Whether or not he knows that, I don't think he did. I think it just happened. I think it was fate. Maybe it was planned. I don't think so. I think that is just what happened, in my opinion. Anyways, that's all of my notes, but I just wanted to say that Regulus is this powerful fixed star. It moves, it's gonna go through all the zodiac signs in 26,000 years. But in our lifetime, it doesn't move, therefore it is a fixed star, it is a star system, it is somewhere where there is intelligent life, and you can check your birth chart to see if you are going to be in a position of power. You can see what house it's in to see where in your life, what aspect of life this is going to be happening in. You can check for other things other than conjunctions or oppositions. You can check for sextiles, you can check for semi-sextiles, you can check for quintiles and biquintiles and all of these different things. You can watch my aspect video if you're interested in that. I'm going to be leaving my astrology playlist as well as my ET playlist, so more about just aliens and stuff. I think I'm going to create a starseed playlist and put this in here because I would love to do more videos on fixed stars and just all stars. And I'll also leave my awakening playlist down in the description as well, in case you're interested in what slurring your words mean and all of these different awakening ascension things. So please check that out. Also check out all of my links. There's my TikTok and a bunch of other cool things like my Etsy shop and my email. If you have any questions, anything you'd like to let me know, if you'd like an astrology report, a reading, a past life regression qhht session, just email me. I'll leave my email right here too. So thank you guys so much for watching. Love to Regulus. Have an amazing August 22nd. Every single year. Love and light, and the hybrid children are coming soon.